Okay, so in this example, we just saw how to use nnet with caret, and then do multiple parameters, train the model using multiple parameters. Now, let's look at neural net. Okay, once again, remember, neural net can only be used for interval target. It cannot be used for classification target, okay, when you use caret. Okay, if you use neural net by itself, then yeah, you can use it for both classification as well as interval target. But when you use it in caret, then you can only use it for interval target. Okay, so we're going to use an interval target data. All right, so we're going to use West Roxbury, no, Boston Housing. We're going to use Boston Housing data. Okay. Oh, no, it's not tiny. We'll use BH. Okay. Now we're going to illustrate neural net. So our target is MEDV. All right. So we don't want, if you look at EH.TF, so here we want to use that as our target, because we don't want cat MEDV, so we can get rid of that. And again, tax is not a predictor, so we'll get rid of tax as well. So let's do BH.DF is a subset BH.DF, and then we say select equal to minus C tax comma cat dot MEDV. So that will take these 14 variables down to 12, except that I have a typo. So now we have 12. All right. Okay. So a couple of things we need to do here before we run the neural net. Okay. One is neural network works best when the numerical columns are normalized for normalized between 0 and 1, or range normalization. You want all the values to be normalized between 0 and 1. And if you have factor variables, you want them to be dummy variables. So let's say that here we have Chas is a dummy variable and Rad is a dummy variable, or factor variable, so we want dummy variables for those. Okay. Chas is already zeros and ones, so we really don't need to worry about Chas, but we need to change Rad to dummy variables. Okay. So there are two things we have to do. All the numerical variables, we have to pre-process those, normalize those to do range normalization. And then we have the factor variables, and the factor variables to be converted into dummy variables, and then we put them together and then do the partition. So data preparation here, we'll do the partitioning of data after we assemble. Okay, so that will come later. So we have normalized numerical predictors. No. We have we have to prepare the data, and the prepared data should be given for training the neural network. Okay, but when we are pre-processing, the pre-processing step has, the way we do it is, you need to first set up the normalizing object, and then we use the normalizing object in a predict statement to actually convert them into the normalized values. Okay, So that's what we're going to do now. And okay, so we're going to create two sets of names. So factor variables. So that's our factor variable. And then we have numerical variables. Okay. Oh, we can go ahead and type all of them. Okay, but there are lots of variables to type, and whenever you manually type, there is always the danger of typos. So what we can do is we can do names bh.df. Okay, so that's going to give us all of these names, right? Then if you remove 3 of them, okay, you want to remove Chas and Rad, and then the target as well, because these are only predictor variables. So if you say names, okay, all of these names, okay, and then you say, yeah, I don't want the 4th name, 4, 5, 6, and then 12. So now I have the rest of the names, right? So Chas is gone, Rad is gone, and this is gone. So if I copy that and put that there, okay, so now we'll have the variables. So fact vars will be that, and then num vars will be that. Okay, so that's good. So next we have to do the range normalization. So we say, all right, BH norm object. Okay. Then, okay, so here is where we use pre-process. Okay, so what do you want to pre-process? BH dot df. Okay. Then, so we want only num vars for this. Okay. Only num vars. Okay. And then method equal to center and scale. Oh, sorry, no. Method equal to range. Center and scale will give you z-scores. We want range for this one. Okay. Then see, bh norm.df. Then we use predict. Okay. We use this object bh norm.obj, okay, and then bh.df of num vars. Okay, I have so this is going to, line 232 is going to prepare the minimum value and the maximum value for each column, and the predict will apply that and then convert the values into normalized values. So if you look at BH norm DF, you see that everything is converted between 0 and 1. Okay. All right. And MED V is not there. Okay. So MED V is not. That's our target.